Well, hello, peeps. Good afternoon. Happy Crush Monday. Happy Crush Monday. I really thought I was going to get to say good morning today, but I did not. Sadly enough. So it is Crush Monday, and on Mondays, I like to talk about getting stuff. You know what I mean. Done. So today, I thought, you know what? Here's a situation where sometimes shutting her down will eventually allow you to get more, let's call it the poop emoji, done. So what I mean is, sometimes you just gotta shut it all down. You gotta turn off the brain. You gotta turn off the tech. You just gotta go, little personal space here, please. Have a little personal time going on. Gotta recharge, refresh, re-energize. So this weekend was our anniversary weekend. 12 years. And we typically have a very hermit-like existence on our anniversary, especially if it falls on a weekend. So, not to say we don't interact with the world. There were golf cart races at camp on Saturday. We didn't participate, but we watched from afar, had a few good chuckles. But, we have found that it is incredibly important at certain times in our lives to just knock out the rest of the world. And we do that for a couple reasons. First of all, I know I'm in summer mode, but that doesn't mean I'm not working. I'm taking a couple classes. I'm prepping because, well, that's just what I do. I got to change things up. I got to mix things up. I got to keep things wild and crazy. And Corey works really hard during the week. And one of the things that we have come to realize, maybe it's with age, maybe it's wisdom, maybe it's just who we are, but we have earned the right to be a little exclusive in our time with each other when it matters most. And, I think that is something really important for people to remember, is that, first of all, and I said this to my kids all the time, the world is not cotton candy clouds and lollipop trees. It is not. And even in one-on-one relationships, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Outside forces can cause stress in your life. Whether you expect that stress, sometimes people go to work expecting to be stressed out, or it comes in like insanely weird ways. You have to find small little pockets in your life to just shut her down. And that doesn't mean neglect your responsibilities. That doesn't mean ignore the pile of laundry or the dishes in the sink that are completely overflowing, or the important email or phone call that you have to make. I'm not saying ignore the world. What I'm saying is that sometimes prioritize. That's all. And so one of the things that I have come to realize about myself, while I, for a long time, considered my over analytical brain to be a hindrance, I've realized it is really a superpower because it, my creative juices, they're always flowing. Whether I want my brain to be working or not, it just does. And I'll lay there at night and I'll say, please, brain, go to sleep. Little sleepy time, just for a while. And my brain has other plans sometimes. And I find that the more stimulated I am during the day, the more activities that I'm doing, the more people I'm around, all of those things contribute to whether or not my brain can just shut her down. And what I have found is that sometimes I, for whatever reason, emotional things, hormonal things, just everything happening at once, sometimes I can't handle the overload in my brain. And it causes me tremendous amounts of stress. And I will sit there and just keep rocking back and forth and saying, why can't I just focus on one thing and just do that one thing? Why, brain, do you keep introducing all of these new ideas to me? And then I get stressed out. And when I get stressed out, a lot of things happen. And some of them not so great. And some of them not so great for the people closest to me. And I have found throughout the years that Corey is very much the same way. When he gets really stressed out at work, he internalizes. I externalize. Just saying, I externalize. But he internalizes until he can't internalize anymore. You get what I'm saying? And then it's kaboom. Chernobyl, if you will. So all of those things that we have learned about ourselves, and this is why I think it's really important on a Crush Monday to consider something like this. Not everyone handles things the exact same way. And I think that what you need to do is spend some time chatting with yourself and say, listen, how do I handle these things best? What is going to be best for me in this situation? And I know some people who they are incredibly stressed out. They have a crap ton of stuff on their plate and they keep piling more on. I feel like that is also me, but I think one of the things that I have learned to do over the years is I have learned to allow myself to shut her down. I don't give myself permission to do that probably as much as I should, but I at least do it more often than I've ever done in my entire life. And I find that if I can convince my brain to just go, put on the old terry robe, eat some bonbons, dip your toes in the nice, cool spring water, when my brain eventually goes, and it starts back up, I'm good. I'm really good, actually. I can get more done. I can compartmentalize and allow my brain to fill those compartments with all those really cool creative ideas that I used to think were a hindrance to me, until I realized it's one of my superpowers, right? So over the weekend, we of course watched it rain. I mean, really, seriously, weather? Come on now, get with the program. Um, Watched it rain, and you know what? We hung out, we laughed, we played board games, we stayed in our PJs. It was just so good. So good. And so now is Monday, and now I'm like, okay, That was so good. Now let's do XYZ. Let's get her done, right? So I have some videos to edit today. I am working on my next session for my D&D game, doing some laundry, putting the new linen sheets I bought on the bed. Oh my God. Oh my God. So Corey got me, as you know, the bamboo plant. He got silk pillowcases. They feel like heaven. I love them so much. And I got linen sheets. So we're going to try that and see if they really are cooling. I don't know if I could sleep on silk sheets. I feel like I would slide myself right out of the bed. Because the pillowcase is just like so slippery. I don't know how I would handle silk sheets. I, of course, would be willing to try. But, and he got me a board game. It's called Star Wars Rebellion. I know, total Geeksville. I got it. But it's this high strategy. It's like, okay, Battleship. We all grew up with Battleship, right? You sunk my Battleship. This is Battleship on like steroids, who are also on steroids. Steroids on steroids is this Star Wars Rebellion game. It's insanely complex. We don't actually work together. We work against each other. Corey played an Imperial. I played a Rebel. We set this thing up and we literally played it for like 3 hours Friday night. We played it all day Saturday, all day. Like we took it out on the picnic table and sat under the canopy until we saw the sky start to get dark, and then we like quickly moved everything inside. But it literally is like a half an hour to set it up, and like you got to take pictures of the board. It's crazy. But it's strategic. It's a military. It's Star Wars, right? And then we played it like all day yesterday, which was fine because it rained all day. So it's just one of those situations where you block out the rest of the world. You just shut her down. And I feel like so like, come on, world, give it to me today. You know? I just feel like that. And I think Corey does too, actually. He's been like laughing and joking, like sending me text messages from work all morning. Until, of course, and this will be the thing that I end with, because, you know, Crush Mondays are not always without stress. The service brake system light is now showing on the dashboard of my car. And the little icon that shows the parking brake is lit up. And it could be me being incredibly paranoid because, as you know, last summer, I legit like lost the wheel off the Jeep that I no longer own at like 70 miles an hour on the interstate. So whenever any teeny tiny little thing goes wrong with the vehicle I'm driving, I go into like complete and utter freak out mode. I'm like, what is happening? Am I going to die? Am I going to lose another tire? Like not just tire, like whole wheel, the whole wheel. So I texted him and I said, can you please see if the mechanic can like get this car in? Because I also feel now, and this could be total like my brain playing tricks with me. I feel like I have to push farther down on the brake pedal than normal to like get the car to come to a complete stop. But I ain't gonna let that bring me down, because I'm gonna just make sure I have all of the equipment that I need, and I'm gonna park my butt at camp for the week, and I'm not gonna run around like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm gonna take some time to just chillax with smoke at camp. So tomorrow, you may in fact be seeing me in my camp environment. instead of here in my studio. But that is also okay because we stream wherever, whenever we can. So that is all I have for you today. I hope that you have an amazing day. Please, please, please make the most of it because, as you know, it's just never, ever again happening. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the Tuesday edition of the D-Spence Dish. Bye, guys.